खिडक्या थोड्याशा लावून घेतल्या. Okay. So we guys have seen two types of pollution so far, and in this today's sessions, two more sessions we have today also. Out of that, one is started now. Sorry. And so we are going to see the rest of the parts or remaining types of pollutions in this particular session. So starting with our session, I would like to share my screen, and for this also, please allow me for the same. So I have shared my screen, and please let me know whether my screen is visible or not. Yes, is it visible? Yes, it is visible. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is the point of discussion. We were talking about environmental pollution, and today also we will talk about environmental pollution in a detailed manner. So wherever we guys have stopped from that particular point onwards, we are going to see the contents for today's session. So just look at this. What we have seen. We have seen this one. This one is an overview of environmental pollutions. There are five types of pollutions which we are going to see. Air pollution we guys have already seen. Water pollution also we guys have seen. We are about to start noise pollution. After that, land pollution we are going to see, and the last one, that is radioactive pollution. And that is also we are going to focus. We are going to highlight. After that, we guys have seen the definition of pollution in a detailed manner, if I'm not wrong. Then we guys have gone for air pollution, and we have seen the causes and effects of air pollution, and we have seen the remedies also, how it can be avoided in a detailed manner, if I'm not wrong. Apart from that, we guys have also focused on water pollution, and we guys have seen what are the reasons and causes of water pollution in detailed manner. Even we guys have seen the effects of water pollution. If water get polluted, what can be happened? That also we guys have seen in a very precise manner. And after that, we guys have seen remedies to overcome, remedies to reduce water pollution, and that was the point of discussion which we guys have seen. I hope you guys have understood this much. So only this much we guys have seen as far as pollutions are the types of pollutions are concerned. And now in today's session, I'm going to talk about noise pollution. Before that, I hope you guys have understood. Especially, I would like to ask you a few questions. Basically, we all are not the teachers of environment or environmental sciences. Actually, this one is a subject which comes under the category of science or sciences. Still, the duties are given to us to teach you all, and we are trying our level best to teach you. I hope you guys are enjoying my sessions, especially instead of saying my sessions, I hope you all are enjoying our sessions, which are taken by the faculties of Department of Commerce. And as far as my own lectures are concerned, I request you all, if you do not like, if you do not, want any sort of content, please let me know. If you don't understand anything else, please ask your question, ask your doubt, and so that I can also make sort of improvement in teaching of environmental sciences. This one is also new for all of us, but we people have been teaching from the last 6 or 7 years in this college. So we are also getting command over environmental awareness. But thing is that we all are not from science background, so there are certain limitations as far as the concepts and the knowledge that we have. But we are trying our level best to provide sufficient and enough knowledge as far as the concepts which are there in environmental sciences. So I hope you all are enjoying, and if you all have liked our sessions, whatever sessions we guys have took so far. So with this particular note, and due respect with my students here, I'm going to start my session, and the topic and the type of pollution which we are taking here is noise pollution. Noise pollution is also called as sound pollution, and we can see how the sound is polluted. So we are talking about the concept of noise pollution and how it can be done. Basically, whenever we talk about the concept of noise pollution is nothing but what? When the sound that we can hear is unbearable, irritating. Why it is called as sound pollution? See, we guys are here to listen the sound. We listen a sound. There is a capacity of our air to listen the sound up to some extent. If the sound is more than that particular extent, then we cannot bear that particular sound. And when this kind of sorry, when this kind of unbearable sound we hear, that can be called as sound pollution. Otherwise we hear some sounds, intentionally and unintentionally also. When we wander here and there, when we wander here and there while wandering here and there, we listen so many types of sounds, but we cannot pay attention to hear those sounds, right? If I'm not wrong, while wandering here and there, we cannot pay attention to hear those sounds, but suddenly, uh, or sometimes intentionally or unintentionally, we hear those sounds. So whatever sound is unbearable, at that time we close our air and we leave that particular place. So it happens. So in sound pollution, whatever we are going to see or what we can see is the sound. See, now I'm talking in the class or I'm taking your class. This sound is bearable. This sound is bearable. If I talk in a different manner, in a different tone, which is not expected, which is unexpected, which is, what is called is unbearable. If I talk very loudly, what will happen? Automatically it will remove your earphones from your hair, yeah, here air, and you stop listening to me, or you stop, if you close your ears. In this case, it means what? Up to some extent you bear the noise, up to some extent you bear the sound, but if when you start feeling that this is unbearable, this is irritating, this is, not in my capacity to hear, then you stop. And when such kind of unwanted sound we get, when we get such kind of unbearable sound, unbearable noise, it is called as noise pollution or sound pollution. Let me tell you the difference between sound and noise. When it is called as sound, when it is called as noise, suppose you're talking on the phone in a very, 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 particular manner, in a very variable sense. Suppose you get one, lyrics. समजा तुम्हाला एखाद्या गाण्याचा हळूहळू आवाज येतोय, तुम्ही असं कुठेतरी बसला आहात आणि अचानक तुम्हाला आवाजाला सुरुवात झाली. You started getting that particular music tone, and that is bearable. So you may say that, okay, I'm getting musical sound from somewhere else. And suddenly, if you get a sound, loud sound of a music, you say, "Oh my God, who is making this noise?" So the thing that we can bear, remember, the things that we can bear is called as sound, and the things that we cannot bear is called as noise. जी गोष्ट आपल्याला सहज सहन होते किंवा ऐकावीशी वाटते किंवा आपल्या त्या बेरेबल कॅपॅसिटीमध्ये असते, त्याला आपण म्हणतो साऊंड. आपण जो बोलतो तो साऊंड, आणि एकमेकाला उगीच ओरडा लागला तर आपण काय गोंधळ करतोय, शांत बस. गोंधळ आणि आवाज यातला फरक सांगतोय. So when it is unbearable, unwanted, it becomes noise, and when it is bearable, wanted, which is called as what? Sound. I hope you guys have understood the concept of noise as well as the sound. So the sound is pleasant or not depend upon its loudness, duration, rhythm, and the mood of the person. So sound is, no doubt pleasant. We feel, pleasure to listen. Sometimes what happens, when we get back to home and when we want to get relaxed, what happens? When we get back to home and when we want to make relax to ourselves, we start listening music in a very, very, uh, lower amount of tone. Even when we travel in the car or when we travel in the vehicle, we start listening the music because we want to get relaxed, right? So sound is useful to make you relax. Oh my God, what is happening? Sorry. सारखं मध्ये मध्ये खोकला येतो, त्यामुळे तुम्हाला त्रास होत असेल आणि हा साऊंड अनबेरेबल होतो मग. ओके. So the sound is pleasant. When the sound is pleasant, when it is bearable, when it is wanted. Actually हळूवारपणे ऐकलेली गाणी आपल्याला आवडतात, आपण आवडीने आवडतात. तेच जर खूप मोठं त्याप्रमाणे जर एखाद्या कॉलेज कुमारची बाजूने कार गेली, सगळ्या खिडक्या उघड्या आहेत, ऑल द डोअर्स आर ओपन, सॉरी डोअर्स नॉट, ऑल द विंडोज आर ओपन, and music is played by the driver in a very high tune, you may say, what the hell these guys are doing? What sort of unwanted sound we are getting? So that can be called as noise. So there are so many, concepts. There are so many terms that we can use here in sound pollution. So noise pollution not only results in irritation and anger. So whenever we listen, and because of this kind of sound pollution, we may have different health issues also. But when we see such kind of sound pollutions around us, we get irritated, we get angry. Suppose you're studying very hard, you are studying very much sincerely and seriously, and someone makes the noise. What will happen? Immediately you get irritated and you get anger, or sometimes you may scold that particular fellow. So this is the possible. This is the thing. So nobody likes the sound pollution. Even birds and animals also, they don't like noise pollution. Forget about we people. We only like that. We only like that. But even animals and birds also, they don't like. When they get noise pollution, they start they're scared. They get scared. I have seen so many times. They get scared and they run away somewhere to get out of that particular sound pollution. So there are different levels of deciding whether sound pollution is there or not. So whatever levels we consider, those levels we consider in terms of decibels. So there is a measurement of there is one unit of measuring the sound, and when that unit is used for measuring the sound, that particular measurement of measuring the sound is called as, or unit is called as, decibel. So we measure the sound effectiveness in terms of decibels. So up to 50%, up to 50 decibels or 50 to 60 decibels, we can hear without any hesitation, without any irritation. But if we get sound more than 60 decibels, we start getting irritations. We get starting hesitations. So we have hesitations if we get sound more than 60 decibels. Remember, this is what, up to 60 decibel, it's okay. Whatever I'm talking just now, this could be 20 to 30 decibels. Frequency of this sound is what? 20 to 30 decibels. If I talk louder than this, then it goes to 40, 50 like that, not more than 60. So, but if we get more than 60 decibel sounds, then we start, it will be irritated. And and that will be called as what? If we listen, if we get a sound or voice which is more than 60 decibels, so that comes under the category of noise pollution. So when it is there, it can be called as noise is polluted or sound polluted. Sound is polluted. So these decibels are decided on the basis of what? Intensity, frequency, periods of exposure, and duration. So this is for the first slide. Now we are going to talk about the causes of noise pollution. What are the causes of noise pollution? That also we are discussing here. There are different causes of noise pollution, and in nature there are certain sounds that we like. There are certain sounds we like and we get pleasure from those sounds. What are they? असे कोणते आवाज आहेत की सकाळी आपल्याला ते ऐकावे वाटतं. सकाळी उठल्यानंतर असं पक्ष्यांचा थोडासा किलबिलाट असतो, संध्याकाळी असतो, सकाळी असतो, छान वाटतं. त्यावेळेस आपण फिरायला जातो ना, वी फील व्हेरी प्लेजर. बट the noise which are responsible for noise pollutions, those are not pleasurable. We never feel pleasure after listening those. What are they? Traffic noise. I think Baragamati people are very good, because in Baragamati that much traffic is not here. Even those who are residing in villages, they are more happy, and those who are residing in metro cities like Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, those are more unhappy people, because they wake up with traffic noise only. They wake up, whenever they wake up, they start getting traffic noise. Just a minute, let me attend this call. Will that? Hello. Good morning. नहीं नहीं हमारे एस वाई का एनवायरनमेंट चल रहा है नहीं बोला ये तो पिछले मंडे शुरू हुआ अभी लेक्चर में okay, so they wake up with a traffic noise. There is no need to set alarm for that. They wake up with siren noise because in metro cities they have industries, they have factories. So those factories they have their own sirens for starting the shift and closing the shift. So the urban people they wake up with traffic noise and siren noise, which is the cause of noise pollution. So traffic noise is the cause of one of the causes of noise pollution. Even aircraft noise, I think those who are residing nearby airport, they may have certain issues, and they may are a little bit worried about noise pollution, and they only can tell us what is noise pollution because they are the sufferers and they suffer a lot from noise pollution. If I'm not wrong. So traffic noise, aircraft noise, these are the two important causes of noise pollution. Then moving on to the next one, noise from construction and civil engineering works. I think we guys have seen this. We guys have come across with this kind of problem. When somebody start constructing his or somebody's house, and if it is nearby us, then we can understand what sort of noise we get from them, because so many instruments are used for constructing the houses and civil engineering works. So those machines and instruments and equipments are noise making instruments. So if we get noise from this kind of instruments and works, it becomes noise pollution. So this one is one of the important causes of noise pollution. Then noise from the industries, as we know that industries are the main contributors in pollution, and they are contributing in any type of or every type of pollution. Whatever pollution you take, we can see the lion's share of industry in pollution, no doubt. So there may be a question in the mind of you guys: why pollution? Why we are talking about pollution? And if we want to find out a culprit behind the pollution, then we get only one name, and that is industry. So if we get some noise from the industries, of their sirens, of their machines, of their equipments, that is also contributing in terms of noise pollution. So we cannot deny this one. Then noise from other sources, and apart from these sources, whatever noise we get from other sources, like in festive season we get noise of music, which is in a very louder manner. I don't know what they want to show, what they want to prove by operating music system in a very louder manner. Then they have that wall of sounds and all. These are the sound. So what they want to prove, I also don't know, and never liked that one in my so far's career. At least I was stay. So we should think about all those things, whether we are here to make noise pollution or whether we are here to reduce noise pollution. So whenever you get a chance to reduce it, please go for it and contribute something in reducing noise pollution. I hope you will understand what I mean to say. As I told you at the beginning of my lectures, when I started your environmental lectures, the motive behind teaching environmental awareness for you all is not to get your result in environmental subject, but to teach you what is environment and how the care of environment can be taken. If you plant at least one tree in front of your house, then the motive of this environmental lecture is completed. Even if you take care of whatever pollutions we are going to see in your own life, from your own family, for your own family, or if it starts from your family, then we can say the motive of this subject is fulfilled or achieved. So you guys have to think about it, how I and my family are going to reduce different types of pollutions, and how you're going to take care of the environment. And if you do so from your own side, from your own family, then it will be a great thing for the nation. And one day, nation will be the environmental issues free nation. Remember, forget about that. So if we get noise from other sources, that is also considered as noise pollution without any problem. Next, see what is this? This one is a picture of noise pollution. Now the earth is, you know, earth got irritated by human activities, and look at the reaction of earth that we see, that we can look, that we can watch here in this picture. As we guys have, destroyed this earth too much, then these are the effects of noise pollution. As I told you, noise pollution is the most dangerous one. One day we will stop hearing, and that is the biggest loss in our life. See, effects of noise pollution are noted down here. Hearing loss, we may have this one in future if we keep listening music, if we keep, uh, you know, contributing in noise pollution, and every day or one day we may lose our hearing capacity. So if you do not want to lose your hearing capacity, please reduce noise pollution. Even you do one thing, if in your family there are some elder persons, there are some aged people, take care of them, because noise pollution is very dangerous for them. Then high blood pressure, if you listen music, if you go for sound pollution, this sound pollution will definitely increase your stress and blood pressure level also. So this is what, take care of your blood pressure and stress level, because noise pollution is going to increase your stress. At the same time, it is going to, you know, uh, increase your BP also. Remember. Next, sleep disturbances. Because of noise pollution, we get some disturbances in the sleep. If you do not sleep in a very proper manner, we want a very smart sleep. I'm using this word, smart sleep. Smart sleep means what? Once we sleep, that actually the whatever pleasure we get, that we get in sleep. सगळ्यात जास्त आनंद आपल्याला कधी होतो झोपल्यानंतर, because we do not think anything else about in sleeping or in sleep. We think about ourselves, and we close every files which are running in our mind before sleeping. And once we sleep, that is the only hours, or those are the only hours, those will keep us happy. Remember. So sleep will definitely disturbed because of noise pollution. Then color blindness, one day we will have color blindness because of noise pollution. Means we get this kind of blindness. We won't be able to understand what sort of color is. We cannot identify the colors easily. And when we do not find, or when we do not identify the colors in an easy manner, it becomes, or it is called what, color blindness. In Marathi we call it रंग आंधळेपणा. रंगच कळत नाही आपल्याला, काळ्याला निळा, निळाला काळा म्हणतो आपण. This kind of things, these are the things which are happening because of the noise pollutions. If you look at the effects of color noise pollution, you can understand the seriousness of noise pollution. So be serious and try to conclude something in reducing noise pollution. Don't reduce the noise pollution, that is not your task. But whenever you get a chance to make people aware about noise pollution, make it and ask them to reduce the noise pollutions. But what happens, असं नका करू. बऱ्याच वेळा असा वाईट अनुभव येतो. रस्त्याने जाताना आपण बरेच अनुभव घेतो की विचित्र लोक असतात, विनाकारण जोर जोरात हॉर्न वाजवतात आणि असे करतात, गाड्यांचा आवाज करतात, गाडी उगीचच आपण रेस करतात, त्यामुळे पण नॉइज पोल्युशन होतं. पण अशा लोकांना सहसा सांगायला काही जाऊ नका, कारण ते काही ऐकत नसतात. आणि आपण त्यांना सांगायला जरी गेलो तर ते उलट आपल्याला मागायला बसतात. विशेषतः मुलींसाठी सूचना आहे. त्यामुळे असल्या गोष्टीच्या नका करू. पण त्यांना आपल्या आजूबाजूला मात्र नक्कीच अवेअरनेस क्रिएट करा. तुमचे प्रॉब्लेम सोडवू नका, पण तुमच्या जेवढं शक्य आहे जे ऐकते त्यांना सांगा, त्यांना माहिती सांगा. So one day it will be spread in our entire country and it will be the good one. So if you look at the effects of noise pollution, we can understand how this noise pollution is very much dangerous for we all. So here we have done with this one. Now moving on to the next, and we are going to see the next thing. How to avoid noise pollution? How we can avoid noise pollution. So here there are certain remedies which we guys have identified. I also request you all to identify some remedies to avoid noise pollution. And here certain remedies we have taken. As I told you, every problem has a solution or its solution. And if we try to find out the solution, definitely we will get it. So I request you to find out some solution at your own level instead of finding out a solution in the book. You can also find out solution from your own logic or own mind. So if you want to get, just think over it and get the solution. So what are the solutions? What are the solutions which are given by the government or given by this particular one, or what solutions I have decided to tell you? These are: the government should ensure the new machines that should not be noise proof. Should be noise proof, not should not be. So whatever new machines are coming, which can be used in the factories, which can be used in the industries, which can be used in the civil engineering work, those should be noise proof. So there should be a provision of noise proof instruments in those machines. If we do so, definitely that will be useful for controlling the noise pollution, if I'm not wrong. So moving on to the next one, then airports must be away from residential area, wherever you guys are residing. So and whatever, I think if you want to construct or if you want to create an airport for the purpose of the citizens, then try to uh, locate that airport in such a place which should be little bit away from the residential area. So what is the reason behind this? Because people won't get affected because of the aircraft noise or aircraft pollution. Then this is what I think you guys have heard about this. Pune's international airport is going to be located in near to Saswad and Pune. So in between, whatever space is there, whatever land is there, that government has acquired the land, and government is trying to locate the airport in between of these two cities. So this is for the purpose of reducing airport craft or aircraft noise. Then the sound horn symbol is to be in school roads. I think symbols are there, no doubt. We can see the symbols, but we do not read the symbols. We do not understand the symbols, and still we keep pressing the horn. So that is not good. So these symbols can be used in schools and colleges or near to schools and colleges. Even when we travel, we can see such kind of symbols when schools and colleges are there. So that shows there is no horn or do not blow the horn. That is the message that we get. But not only don't look at the symbols, try to understand the symbols and apply in your personal life. Because basically what happens if we want to call our friend, we just press the horn. मित्राला बोलवलं सुद्धा आपण हॉर्ननेच वाजवून बोलवतो. So this is a way to avoid noise pollution. Then control noise at source by proper choice of equipment, design modification, mountaining, and proper layout. Whatever instruments and equipments you want to choose for controlling the noise, that can be controlled. Even those equipments can be modified, designs can be modified. If you feel that because of the design there is a possibility of noise pollution, so you can modify the design also. Even you can change the layout and mounting process of equipment, and if you feel that it is possible to reduce the noise control by doing this, then you go for it and do it. Next one, isolation or use of baffles. Try to isolate certain things and also use baffles for the purpose of noise pollution. Then use of air protection devices, and whenever you go out, try to use and make this habit of using air protection devices. Air protection devices are available in the market. Whenever you feel that you're going to visit a noisy area or crowdy area where you may face this noise pollution, you may suffer from noise pollution, then start using protection devices while visiting this kind of noise polluted areas and industries. Next. Now we are going to see the next one, and another part of discussion about another type of discussion about land pollution. I think those who are from agricultural background, they may understand what I mean to say. And those who are from typical urban areas and not having any background as such of agriculture, they may have certain issues how the soil is polluted and how the land is polluted. But mostly, what we can see in Baramati, people they are from uh, rural or village or semi-urban areas, so they may come across or they have come across with so many activities which are taking place in the land. As far as agricultural land is concerned, when it comes to the land pollution, by the way, so in land pollution, we are going to see how the land is polluted. Land is polluted because of so many reasons. We use land for different purposes. We use land for residing. We use land for business. We use land for farming purpose. We use land for industry purpose. So whatever activities we are doing on the land, and because of those activities, land pollution is taking place. So what are then which are they that we are going to see? But mostly land is polluted because of the activities which are conducting on the land as agricultural activities. Because farmers, for the purpose of more output, or for the purpose of more produce, they go for using fertilizers, they go for using insecticides, pesticides, and so on. Actually, they do not go for compost in a larger quantity. Instead of compost, they go for fertilizers in larger quantity. And when fertilizers are used in larger quantity, it will definitely contribute in terms of land pollution, if I'm not wrong. I hope you guys have understood what I mean to say. So one-fourth area is covered by land. When you want to understand how much area of land is covered by the, of earth is covered by the land, so 30%, as we know, 30% is the water and 70%, 30% is the land and 70% is the water. So we can say one-third area or one-fourth area of of the earth is covered by the land. So we have limited land. Remember, 70% is water, 30% is only what? 30% is only water. So we have limited. So land is earth here, which is occupied by people for shelter, occupation, etc. So whatever 30% land we have, that land is used for different purposes, such as we construct our houses, we construct our homes, we go for farming activities, we go for occupation, whatever business we want to start. So for that purpose, land is being used. And what we are doing on the land, if you look at the picture, you can understand how something wrong that we are doing with the land. Now these are the causes of land pollution. So what are the causes of land pollution? That also we are going to focus here. As far as land pollution is concerned, land is being polluted because of n number of reasons. So what are they? Just look at this. Have a look on this. So we can classify major sources in the following categories, and these are the sources of what? Pollutions of land. Remember. So mining, erosion and quarrying, household garbage, the garbage that we get from our household activities, especially from the kitchen. Then urbanization and concentration of population. As we know that urbanization is increasing day by day, we used to say that 30% of the entire population of India is residing in urban cities. No, now more than 50% of population is residing in urban cities. Few people are staying at villages. Now villagers also wants to shift themselves in urban areas. What are the reasons? There are so many reasons that also we are going to see as a part of our environmental awareness. Then municipal solid waste, as we know that solid waste also municipal party collects solid waste from different people or from house to house, and what happens with those sort of a type of solid waste? we know very well. Then industrial waste and hazardous waste. Whatever waste we get, especially from the industries, and hazardous waste that we also get from the industries, both are the causes for land pollution. Then uncontrolled land treatment. As we know that land is treated in a very uncontrollable manner, and even there is no control of using fertilizers in the land, and because of that we guys are facing so many issues. Land is getting infertile, or what do we call it? After, if we use more fertilizers in the land, after a few years it will be non-fertilized or fertilized land, or infertile land. Sorry, what was wrong? We go for that, it becomes infertile land, which is not good, and one day it will give, it will stop, or we will won't get produce from the land. Then burning open dumps and forest fires. What we do, wherever we dump household garbage, we go it to burn openly, and if we burn it openly, automatically lands and even air get polluted. So this one is the cause which can be used for two different types of pollutions, land as well as air pollution. And even we see fires in the forests, that is also a cause of land pollution. I hope you guys have understood. Now the last one, deforestation. People have started cutting the trees, and whatever the space which was actually reserved for forest, we are cutting the trees from that particular area, and we are constructing forest of cement. Means we are constructing houses over there, which is not good. Actually, rules is that there should be 1/3 of total area there should be a forest, but it is not there. If you take an example of Maharashtra, we have only, I think, 14 or 16% of forest in Maharashtra. So there also we lag behind. And one day, if we keep cutting the trees, one day we won't have forest as such. So these are the things which are happening, and because of these causes, we may say that land pollution is taking place. So causes of land pollution we have seen, and here time is over. I would like to show you some pictures which are causing for land pollution. Just look at this. We throw plastic here and there, then we throw chemicals here and there in open sinks. Then we throw municipal waste in an open space wherever we get a chance. Then we can see what happens with this extortation of water, how the water is extorted, which is not also a good one. So from these pictures we can understand how the land pollution is taking place. People are not serious as far as the land is concerned. We only said that Dharni Mata, but we are not giving treatment like Mata to Dharni. So for namesake or for sake only, we are trying to show that we are taking care of the land, but actually we are not taking. And if we do not get seriousness about it, one day we may lose something, and Earth will give something in return of that. So this is for land pollution, and when I'll get back to the second lecture, we will talk about effects and remedies to reduce land pollution in a detailed manner. Till then, thank you very much. See you in the last session. I'm going to stop my presentation and I'll get back to my home screen. I hope you guys have understood whatever I meant to say. So first of all, I'll stop my recording and I'll get back to the